what they call Chinese herbal food diet. Okay, 进补. Okay, because those sometimes actually still is medicine, and medicine is still gonna put lots of pressure to your physiological reaction. I mean, condition. And avoid before sleep meal, which Chinese say 宵夜. Okay. I don't know American people, but Chinese people really like to eat something before they go to bed. And actually, it's not just like one piece of cookie. They can even eat big plate, like a bowl of wonton soup, or like a water dumpling. That's too much stress to your body. So listen about it, you lay on the bed and you put a whole bunch of food to your stomach and make them to work. And so, no food before you go to bed. Usually, actually, I would recommend 2 hours before you go to bed, you really cannot eat. It's not a good idea to eat. I mean, you can drink, but you cannot eat. And of course, no smoking, no drinking, no alcohol. Those are food. When you're in stress situation, you want to avoid. Now, the way you eat also matters. Don't eat a whole bunch, like go to the buffet. I mean, you're in stress already, and heaven forsake, don't go to the buffet, have 4 plates. What's the point? So, avoid large binge eating. Always make sure you only eat 60% of fullness. Okay? Chinese say 6分饱. Okay? And especially if you're in large stress, you want to eat small quantity and several meals. Not like 3 meals. Small quantity, maybe 5 meals, which is fine. Because that way keep you in good nutrition, also less stress to your stomach. Because you eat small quantity. Also, when you're in a lot of stress, you always want to make sure you eat slowly. When you're in stress, most of people, you feel, my time's short, I need to do something right away. So you eat fast. That puts stress to your stomach. And so, more stress you have, slower you need to eat. You even have to be purposely chewing very slowly. And chewing many, many times. Because that helps you for them to not to work too much. Okay? Chinese say 细嚼慢咽. Okay? if you guys know what I'm talking about. Also, eat more fiber. Because fiber helps all these food go through from here to there. It helps for the shorten the transition phase. Also reduce problem of constipation. Actually, constipation builds up big stress for everybody. If you constipate, you probably too young to feel constipation. I'm old, 64, so I can have problem with constipation. Every time when I got it, I feel my stress go up. And actually, all the elder people, if you know anybody who are older people, the biggest problem for them and the stressful situation for them is constipation. They feel very uncomfortable. So if you have grandma, grandpa, watch for that and help them out for the constipation. They will be very happy. Next, the diet of that after diet. Enjoy your meal. You really need to. More you stress, you really need to learn how to enjoy your meal. I just say, if you're in stress, most people really don't try to enjoy their meal. Got it. Or carry a sandwich, whatever, and then eat, have computer, they work and eat at the same time. No. If you're in stress, you really need to give out your own time. Sit down. You can watch your TV, good music show, have a friend, talk with. You need to enjoy your meal. Don't just like because I don't have time, so I don't even want to sit down to eat my meal. I can just eat and drive or eat and work. Well, no, it's a bad idea. It's really a bad idea. So you need to try to enjoy a meal. Now, to enjoy a meal, usually really not watching TV, is really having a group of people, like your family member, so you can talk. Remember I just say, when you have stress, it's what psychologists do, let you talk. So you need to find an outlet. And if you have better company, usually women do much better job for this part. They can talk. Men don't know how to talk. And so, get a friend, sit down, and have a good meal, and talk. You don't have to purposely talking about your stress. You can just have leisure talk. Because even just by talk, it helps to unload some. So, don't just watching TV and eat. Don't just reading a book and eat. Don't just work and eat. Really find a table that you can eat with your friend, eat with your family member, so and so. And when you talk, you really don't want to talk about Trump. You want to talk something real light, right? A good music, an interesting topic, or maybe something you like. Talk something real light type of topic. Don't go for the serious topic, or even you have to fight for it. Argue for it. That's make your stress even worse. Or listen to music, actually. So that's the third one. Fourth one, the way you talk, communication. What is skill for that? Then I say, try to talk a lot more. Express your feeling. You really need to express your feeling. Sometimes maybe we're stressed on the work, but turns out you blow up in the family to your wife because she spilled the hot water from the table. It's not even to do with you. It's just you just saw that, and then you blow up. Why don't you be so careful? You always do that. Usually you won't do that just because you have stress in your boss, so you do that to her. So you need to learn to try to express, because the more you can talk about all these things, then you don't keep in here. Then because keeping here so much, it's like a volcano. Then to the point, you have to have an outburst point. Then poor wife spilled water happened to be your burst point. And vice versa. I don't mean only husband doing that. Wife do that too, people when they have problems with children at home. So talk it out. And talk to your family member, your family. Reason that usually the worst situation is you blow out everything in your house. You won't dare to blow to your co-worker, your boss. You won't dare to blow to your friend. Who is one to get easier to blow to, and you don't worry about consequence? Your family. Maybe your children, maybe your wife, your husband, or even sometimes your parent living with you. But those are things you've done, and then you feel very sorry. Because you know it's not their fault. And those sorriness make this guilty, make the stress even more worse. So don't do that kind of thing that make you feel sorry. And the way to do that, then communicate with your family. Talk about things that happen outside. Women usually do that better. Men do that real bad. Men don't talk about what happened. Even their boss actually used a knife, chopped his hand off. He don't even say. Yeah, he don't have head anymore. So talk about the thing, and you can put it real. I mean, if you talk about small thing every day, it's much easier to keep talking about. Because when they get real serious, you start feeling that, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. But if you can bring up very small, that's why sometimes I like the way women talk. They can talk about every single small thing. Oh, Jessica just actually bent over and picked up a cockroach. I mean, when I listen to my wife talk to her friend, I was like, is that something you can talk about? that's not anything big deal. Why do you want to talk? Oh, this morning I just brushed my teeth, happened to be twice. I mean, to men, it sounds so ridiculous that you guys just have too much time. That's why you talk about all these nonsense. But actually, this is a good thing. The more you talk about all these small things, then when you come into the bigger one, they already got a piece and that piece and that. So easier for you to tell them to something a little bigger. And but man, when they tie that, first it's hard to tell the whole thing now. It's a big story. Second, sometimes get real serious and you worry about she not even prepared to listen to you. And that's why communication is very important. The final one will more coffee. I have tendency to talk too much. Exercise and hobby. So you definitely need to have exercise. And so sports or games or aerobic dance, anything, jacuzzi, massage, anything. A good habit. I like to do the farm work. I mean, every time after work, my first thing I should drive straight to my house, and then I go into the ranch and I feed my sheep. I have about 35 sheep. Wow. But it was, I mean, they are very rough, but it was so fun. I mean, I feed them, they all rush into me. And I almost was buried by them, because they're so strong. And then I pat them, have fun, and sometimes beat one of those, guys today, so they're almost like my pets. Of course, I eat it too. But I had
where do you
my
live?
farm work. It was so fun.
Sheep.
Yeah, sheep. It's a meat sheep. Sheep have different kinds. Hair sheep, meat sheep, and also there's another one. It's really it's 3 different kinds of sheep. So mine is meat sheep, which their hair is not long. There's no way you can use that for sweater or whatever. It's only for eating purpose. But when the baby lamb came out, it was so cute.
Oh.
I still eat it.
We can help you. We can help you.
Oh no. Somebody can help me out.
You raise a sheep, we help you eat.
I see. Yeah. But I need to go back to this. Yeah, probably here.
Let's see.
Let's eat.
Yeah, good.
Yes, better.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry. When I talk too much, I have tendency to make wrong things. Okay, and the second topic really is first one talk about physics, our body, and now we talk about our soul, which is our emotion. Okay, and how to
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maintain and do stuff. That's the second part, body, soul, spirit. And the Bible teaches us how to keep a good soul, which is good emotion condition. And if you see the 1 John, it says, he who doesn't love doesn't know God. So we have to love. And love is our base of our emotion, our soul. Yeah. And so if you can love or be loved, then your emotion gonna be feel good. Which is true, we all know that, okay? But how? You need to have a good work relationship. Now, all of these eventually actually connect to your spirit. If you want to have a good relationship, you're going to have to have a good relationship with God. I just talked about that in the beginning. But to your emotion part, if you have a good relationship in work, then you're able to have a good emotion. Build a relationship with your family. And you need to have a good friend. Everybody needs some good friend that you can talk to, go out with it, and make friends like that kind of close friend. Even just one. But everybody needs a real good close friend in your life. And then several ones even better. And then practicing your love. You need to practice your love. And so, because if you don't practice your love, then not only you don't know how to love, but also you cannot receive love. And that won't help your soul part. And so, to practicing, you need to practicing how to love others, other people. When we talk about others, that including your family member, your neighborhood, your friends, your worker, you need to love others people, not just love yourself. And when you love other people, first step to love is to care about them. Now, all these topics really we talk about a lot in the sermon. Yeah. So I'm not going to put too much time there, okay? Because you probably listen so much about it. And to serve others, you have to serve them. If you talk about I care about you, you don't do anything to them. I mean, what is care? What kind of care is that? And that's weird. When you care somebody, then you notice what he needs. And you also pay attention, and then you know to help them. So if you can serve people, then that means you care. And then if you care, then eventually you can love. This is really step by step. Okay, this one's easy. Then how to keep, then we need to go back. Yeah, a good spirit. Now that's base for our good health. That's base for our body health and our emotional health. Is to keep a good spirit health. This is so important. For example, I have a person who has a heart attack. That's a body illness, heart attack. He had to go through an open heart surgery. This is the first time ever he finds that. And then bumped into the open heart surgery. I mean, he don't even realize he had to go through kind of open, put heart, you know. So to him, it's such a big strike. I mean, he didn't realize, oh, in my age of 60, suddenly I realized my heart's not working too well. And suddenly they had to crack my chest and put some bypass in there. So he feels very striking. And this is almost like a post-traumatic stress. So when he goes through the surgery and then goes through the ICU and then come out of the hospital, they send him to rehab. And after rehab, he went back to work. He don't work. And he actually at home, he become real temper tantrum. He used to get angry. You don't do this for me. You never care about me. You know, he got upset really easy. Or sometimes even cries. I mean, as a big man. And don't do anything, withdraw. So he got post-traumatic stress, which is sort of like all these emotional problems come out. Now, when this come out, yeah, you can try to treat for depression, anxiety, and try counseling, but really, the base of that is you have to recognize you're still in God's hand and depend on Him. You know, if you know, I mean, we listened to sermon this morning and also yesterday, last night, Pastor Joe. All our problem, all the things we're doing, really the most important part of the base is what? Relationship with God. If you have a good relationship with God, you're not going to worry about all these problems. Then you can get out of the post-traumatic stress. You can get out of the post-traumatic stress. You can work on your body health. You do the exercise, you watch your diet, you got motivation now. Then your health will be better. So really step by step. Step by step. So how we do a good, healthy spirit is so important when we face stress in our life. Your work stress, your environmental stress, your family stress, your marriage stress, everything is based on your healthy spirit. So first, learn to give up. Learn to give up. Book of Matthew, say, come to me. If you have burden, come to the God. Then you get rest. We know that even Jesus, when he goes through in the Mark chapter 1, he goes to Sabbath day, from the day to the night. He worked so hard. His speech in the temple, and then there and also there's a person who got a ghost on him and come to see him, and he healed it. And then he went to the Simon and Andre's house to rest, and then bumped into the mother-in-law of Peter, and then he had to treat the disease of her. And during the night, the people more coming to see him, want to get healed, want to get rid of ghosts in their body, and so he really got so much busy day for whole day. And but in the Bible say next day morning, when the light's still not on, Jesus get up, walk to the well, and over there he prayed. So he wake up real early, he close to Father God, and get the power and energy from him. Jesus let us see the best way is pray and come to your God, and then rest in him. Give it out. Give it out. Bring out everything. So that's why sometimes, lots of times my patients, when they come to me, say they have lots of stress recently, they can't sleep well, they feel they get depressed. I tell them, why don't we do this first? Every day morning, you pray everything that you're going to start. And when you come home, before you go to bed, you pray everything that you bump into. In the morning, wake up, say, Lord, today I'm going to somewhere, I'm going to need to work on this. Lord, I have a paper need to do. Lord, then at noontime I'm going to have a meeting with my boss. I give all this to you. And then when you come home, you pray before you go to bed, Lord, today I have a little bit argument with my coworker, and then Lord, please, help me out. And then Lord, also when I drive, a policeman stopped me and said I'm speeding. So, you pray everything you bump into in the day. You give it out. I teach him that you do this every day. I help you to unload it. And I'll help you to reduce your stress. Pray and unload it. So pray is the second thing you need to do. And that's right. Jesus say, pray, so you don't enter into temptation. And then actually it will help to strengthen your strength. And so you have to pray earnestly. You have to pray very honestly. You say, oh, I pray too. I pray too. You know, I used to say that way too. And later on find out if I just keep that kind of attitude, I'm not ready to pray. I just doing some kind of ceremony. You have to pray earnestly with your heart. With your heart. Are you really believing that when you pray, you are talking to your God? Are you really believing that the one you're talking to is one that able to take your load? Are you really believing that this God actually is almighty and the God of the universe, that He can help you? If you don't, your prayer is not going to work. So pray. And then submit. Not my will, but by yours be done. Lots of time we worry and we think, oh, how am I going to do this? Oh no, I'm doing. Don't worry. Lord, please do help me or guide me. Not my will, but yours be done. And I'll give it all to you to let you do it. Guide me. You know, a couple weeks ago I bumped into a real serious problem in my life. I have a patient and failed in my office, broke his leg. We know that if you fail in your office, it's not even my fault actually, he actually tried to help another patient. And then that patient fell onto him. He was in goodwill to try to help. But really shouldn't do that. We tell them that you don't want to do anything to the patient in your office, but he did that anyway. But so he fell and broke his leg. And then so they went to the hospital and then, you know, we were worried about, okay, and we're going to have to try to cover this problem for that. Yeah. And I was worried, say, okay, he can charge me to my insurance $1 million for that because he broke his hip. And I was worried, and I have a hard time to sleep, and I keep thinking, oh, I don't be, you know, have to do all these. I went to see him, and before I see him, I prayed. And God gave me the Psalm 22. Lord is my shepherd, and He will take me through the death valley and go to the pasture. Everything He will do for me. And then when I go to see Him, praise the Lord. That hip broken really is not bad. Actually, it was only just need one pin, not like crush it. And he actually recovered really well. And we were very happy that he actually doesn't suffer too much. But before that, I was keep thinking, oh no, this is going to be disaster, you know, things like that. But Lord help. There's lots of things in our life. The example I just gave to you probably not a good one. I mean, it's really not exactly. But the key point is not my will, but yours be done. Remember in the book that I said, it says, salvation is repent and the rest. And to get strength is calm and stable. So I'm better on this part with the Chinese. But what that means is that to get a strength for you to be able to face your life, stress in your life, is able to be calm and stable. And how? Is when you get a strength from God. Because just by yourself, you get anxious, worried, a whole bunch of things. But from God, you knowing this, you're able to be calm and stable. And when you're calm and stable, your thinking process is clear, and your decision is better, and the way you handle things is better too. Because you're calm. So, praise the Lord. In Him, if we submit ourselves to Him, we don't have to suffer all these, what they call stress. 4, reduce unnecessary stress. Jesus go to elsewhere. Over there, previously, it's because he'd been bumping into all these people try to get him, and also try to find a problem on him, and try to chasing on him. So he said, let's go other person. You shift your stress to other direction. So God teach us, change your stress, reduce your unnecessary stress. If something this is not, so Jesus said, I don't need to stay here to do all these things. I can just change my job to other place and do something else. So then I can reduce my stress. Because I come here for that anyway, to save, for the salvation. So I can change. So let's go elsewhere. Because of this reason, I came forth. So you can always switch, change your. If you anticipate there's a stress going to happen, go somewhere, switch. It's exactly like as a co-worker in the church. If you feel like you already got lots of stress, then don't take that. Take something else. And then you will switch. Also change the thing you see things. Change the way you see things. Like chapter 5:11, blessed are you when people reproach you, persecute you, and say all kind of evil against you falsely for my sake. But you actually rejoice and be exceedingly glad. If you look into a different way, you actually become rejoice and exceedingly. I think the same sermon talked in the last night too. The way you feel stressed is depend on the way you see things. If my wife call me, you are so lazy, I get upset. Why you say I'm lazy? But I also can be very happy. Yeah, because I don't have to do things. It's probably a bad example. So Jesus is a stress management expert. When people persecute him, score him, try to condemn him or put him down, it can make people so suffer and painful. But Jesus said, this is real joyous things. You should be happy, because that means you're actually serving for your God. And nobody can do serving for God, for your King. I mean, you will want to serve King, but nobody get to do that. We are, and that's why people say that to you. How nice, because that's a sign. And so, if you see things, if you take away differently, it actually makes you less stressful. And then of course this actually comes to the same point that you see problem from God's point of view. So you try to see the problem from God's point of view. That's why it says, don't worry what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. These are all, Gentiles, what they're seeking for. What we do is we are seeking first God's kingdom and His righteousness. If you, from God's point of view to see things, oh, I don't have a good job. Oh, I'm not wealthy. I'm not like Bill Gates or whoever. And then you feel sad. Well, I don't have a good life. No, don't feel that way. You actually seeking for God to serve church, serve people, to love people, and actually I'm so happy I could do even here I can talk to you all and share my experience. Even I'm not Trump or Bill Gates or whoever, rich people. I'm so happy because I'm serving for God. So if you can see problem from God's point of view, you will be less stressful. Recognize yourself. Recognize your true self in God. Now this is topic actually I'm going to talk about it. This next one in the Chinese topic. I'm going to talk about when we see from the Genesis chapter 3 that how we become losing ourselves and then become cracked down and sin. And then how we go back to our true self. Because when you can go back to your true self, you know you are really loved by God. And you know you are the most precious. Like we always talk about, you are princess, you are prince, you are great. I mean, God loves everybody, and you are one of them. So that's why then why we gonna be worried? That's why it says, won't He much more clothe you of little faith? Why you need to be little faced? You're gonna have a strong faith, knowing that you actually loved by the God, then knowing that whatever happened around you, they all have some point of view, some God's will.